Thank you everybody for coming in, tuning in for today's session. This is the first day of our workshop here to talk about 2nd Avenue. In a second, I'm going to turn things over to our consultant team, but I'm Matt Day with the Triangle Area Rural Planning Organization, and we're working together with the Town of Siler City on this study. And we hope you'll come out and participate in the next couple of days of this workshop. And with that, I'm going to turn things over to our consultant team.
All right. Thank you, Matt. And thank you to the many people viewing on Zoom and on YouTube. We're really glad that you're here. And we're really excited to talk through some of the things we've learned and tell you a little bit about what we've been working on today. So just to talk through a little bit here, and hopefully everybody out there can see. But what we're, what we've been doing over the past couple months is we've been trying to learn a lot about the 2nd Avenue corridor, what's actually going on. And so, we've done an online survey. We had 76 responses to the online survey. So thank you to everybody who responded. We got 44 comments on our interactive map where people could tell us, what was going on the corridor. And then today we've had a lot of people in doing focus groups where we've actually really been sort of dialing into the very precise spots in the corridor to really understand what's going on. And so from everything that we've heard out there, there's really been four key takeaways. And the first really is that the corridor is unsafe. One of the things that we have seen from the numbers and that we've heard reflected from people is that there's some crashes on the corridor. We know that the rates, it's a higher than average crash rate on the corridor, but part of that comes down to the fact that the roadway is just so big. It's designed for so many cars, and only a fraction of those vehicles are actually traveling on the corridor. That encourages high speeds, that encourages turns that might not be safe and result in some of those crashes. When you talk about safety, the other thing that really comes up is that it's really, people feel unsafe crossing 2nd Avenue. The number one thing that we heard in the survey is that people feel unsafe crossing 2nd Avenue because nowhere in the corridor are there crosswalks. There's no way to safely cross 2nd Avenue. That's even more dangerous when people are driving so fast. One of the things we heard out of the focus groups today too is where people are coming from. From mobile home parks that are north of the corridor. They're coming down Chatham Avenue and trying to cross over, whether to get to Jordan Matthews High School or down to the Greenway. And that makes it very difficult for them to do so. Or neighborhoods that are further down Raleigh Street west of downtown. Got to get across 2nd Avenue, and they don't have a way to do it. The third thing that we've really heard is that 2nd Avenue, people want 2nd Avenue to feel like it's more like a part of downtown. Really narrow sidewalks and infrastructure that, to be honest, it's pretty old and it's kind of crumbling. We want to make it feel a little bit more like it's a place where people want to be and a place that invites folks to come and shop and to dine. And then lastly, the other thing we've heard today has been that the needs of bicyclists and pedestrians are really important. That's not just crossing, but looking at things like big, safe, wide sidewalks and maybe even incorporating some bike facilities into this corridor. Those are all sort of the really important things. And so out of that, we've started testing out some design and coming up with a framework for the corridor. And I'm going to turn it over to Mike to talk about that a little bit more.
Awesome, thank you. Thanks, Dan. Hopefully you can see that, but there you go.